Carl, welcome back to a cheeky mini episode.
The people love the minis, don't they?
Love the minis.
You don't shut up about your bloody mini episodes.
Here's the thing, a Mars bar, make it mini. Much better. That's how good it is.
Love a mini Kit Kat.
Yeah. Just one, don't even snap it.
Who needs more than one mini Kit Kat?
Yeah.
Not I.
Not I. Don't.
Don't tempt me.
Don't tempt me. Oh,
Don't make me have a second one.
the second one.
A third and a fourth, I shouldn't have.
But they're mini, you can.
The mini, it's fine. What do you mean I finished the packet? Nah, I probably
What we're
should just have a
saying is
normal.
you can smash out 4 of these minis in an hour.
Yeah.
Want to watch a full episode? Matter of fact, just watch everything we listen to.
You get 2 full from a king size.
Yeah.
Can't have a king size Kit Kat. Do you split the Kit Kat up when you have it, or you just shove the entire block in?
I do like biting into it because I think it's funny. Like that, like it's not meant to be eaten like that. And I'll be honest, it tastes better.
It always gets a laugh, doesn't it, too?
It always gets a lot when you chew it.
People
like,
on the train.
when
Like,
you make
haha,
when you
he's
make-
unwell.
He is. You make that comical bite, like cartoony, like corner bit. That's comedy gold. That's comedy gold right there.
And you know what else is comedy gold?
Movie 43.
We're reviewing it today, and it currently has a 4% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 4.3 on IMDb, and a 1.1 on Letterboxd. Oscar, what's the plot?
We've got 2 plots. You decide. Are you European?
No.
Lucky you. You get Dennis Quaid pitching 12 movies.
Oh, really? I did not get to see that one.
Oh, do you not see that
No,
one?
I must have seen the
didn't-
other one about the kids.
two- yeah.
With the...
So we got either Dennis Quaid is pitching awful ideas. I kind of wish I watched that one.
Yeah,
I
that
watched-
sounds like the better one, right?
Yeah, but I don't know why we got the kid one. We get like 2 nerds and the younger brother, and they're trying to download movie 43, which is the most like banned movie in the world.
Why do you think there's both, considering like the whole movie's like, look, it's famous people, and then the connective tissue for the European version is not famous kids?
Yeah, it kind of grinds it to a halt.
So it's really unfunny, the connective tissue for movie 43.
Yeah, these kids are probably the worst part. Oh, maybe.
Oh, there's that cat one.
Oh.
We'll go through them.
We'll go through them. Here's the thing about movie 43. It's a bunch of fun vignettes. It's about
Fun,
12
in quotes.
in quotes. Pretty much the basis was that the Farley brothers, some of the South Park guys, and some others were like, we want to make this. They were like, cool, kind of classic, sort of like raunchy sketches, 12 sort of stitched together, a bit of fun, everyone gets to flex their muscles. The South Park guys dropped out because pretty much it's an R-rated film aimed at children. And that's not like allowed. They kind of frown upon that. So essentially the Farley brothers, for about 5 years, were just slowly just melting down actors, just really breaking them down. It's like, please be in my film. It'll only take 3 days. Just to anybody they could find. They got Hugh Jackman involved. Him and Kate Winslet do one.
I do think it's fair, because they're in the best one, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, we'll jump into each one. But essentially we got Kate Winslet and Hugh Jackman, and then everyone kind of jumped on board.
Yeah.
And you got quite a
Juicy cast.
Yeah.
And you've got some interesting directors. I'm pretty sure there's like James Gunn,
Yep.
and there's Elizabeth Banks.
who has shunned this film.
Oh.
Has not even ever watched it. So,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough,
Lucky
James.
him. Lucky him.
Oh, all right. Let's jump into
Let's
them.
jump into the list. We've got the first one, and I think everyone's opinion is probably one of the best ones. Even though it's a bit childish and stupid, I think it lands.
It does. If this is like top tier SNL skit,
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like
This works. Hugh Jackman has a ball sack on his chin, and only Kate Winslet can notice it. They're on a date.
yeah. I think it's good setup.
It is a good setup.
Yeah, it's also short. It's like 5 minutes.
Yep. His
the
balls
perfect
get
amount of
dripped
time.
in soup.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't notice it. It's fun. It's perfect.
I think it's also fun in terms of like, I think it has a bit more than some of the others where it's like when you're on a first date and the person you're with has the most annoying quirk or something like that. Like, I think
It's kind of pushed to that like
Yeah,
limit,
the
and it's like-
extreme.
yeah.
and that's why I think this one has more of a point
Yeah.
than any of the others. And that's maybe like, I mean, the Farley brothers have a very inconsistent career. One of them did make Green Book.
It is
Like, they
strange
do
that-
know about Hollywood and comedy. So like, I'm not surprised this is the best one.
Yeah.
Um,
They directed other ones. Don't worry.
in this film.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I found out that today.
Which one? Oh, Truth or Dare.
Yeah, Truth or Dare.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
I
They're
would like to
good. They're-
retract what I've just said. I guess their highs and their lows are both in the film.
Anyway, if you're gonna watch it, watch just that YouTube clip. You're pretty much that's just like I think an SNL skit that would have been fun.
Yeah, I do want to, like, when the trailer came out,
There's a trailer for this.
like, for movie 43.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they show?
Like, the chop up of all of the best gags of any of them. So
Gotcha.
the trailer did quite well.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, this could be pretty funny.
Mm.
Like I think it had like a handful of good jokes in it.
Mm.
Like enough that in like for this entire, what's the run length of this film? Like 80 minutes?
Yeah, 80 minutes.
Yeah. They stitched together 7 jokes that landed with famous people.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh my God, how exciting. Why is it called Movie 43? Do we know that?
Well, that's what these kids are. What's it called?
Trying to download.
Trying to find. Yeah. I don't know why the Dennis Quaid one would be called
They
that.
pitched 43 films?
Maybe, yeah. I know the sequel's going to be called 44 film and 45 film, which I think is unfunny, but also very funny.
Are they actually making a sequel?
No, they planned and then it bombed.
Hilarious.
It cost $6 million. I think it cost more because it took like 5 years to make.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm sure it also cost a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
Imagine trusting somebody that made one of the worst shorts you'd ever been in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
We'll get back into the other ones. So it starts off, you're like, all right, that landed. We then get a homeschool with Liv
Schreiber,
nailed it, and Naomi Watts.
his wife.
Yep. They are homeschooling a child, and essentially they kind of go through the classic high school-esque things, but they're like incest, and it lands, I think.
Yeah, I think this is still one of the better ones.
Yeah.
But we are decreasing in value already.
We're sliding down.
We're sliding down.
It's fucking going fast. Naomi Watts making out with her son, and just like, did you bring a condom?
And I do love the implication of like it's your first gay experience. It's like his dad's gearing up for it.
The laughs are starting to decline. That one you're a bit like, all right, I'm not really sure.
I think you know what I think some of these films definitely have performances from the stars, and they're not giving 100%. In some of them,
yeah,
I do think Liev Schreiber and Naomi Watts are having a ball in this one.
yes,
So I think that's why this one's maybe working a bit better than some of the other ones as we go down.
Also, the production design is starting to waver.
Yeah, this is like a model home out in South Australia.
So you know it's bad. That's right, South Australian listeners. Fuck you. We get to the one that I remember the most, and I think probably has aged the worst for these two. Chris Pratt and Anna Faris.
You remember this one the most?
It just stuck with me the
Isn't
most.
this the poo one?
It is.
They just poo on one another?
Yeah, Anna Faris asks Chris Pratt to shit on her.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, this is where the film kind of takes a turn.
Oh, it's an awful one.
I think this is only interesting now, seeing where Chris Pratt is now.
Yeah.
And pretty much eats a burrito and shits all over Anna Faris.
Yeah.
Does it land?
God, no. I remember this was where I was like, you know, the movie's going to really lock into gear if the next one can't beat this. Like, if
Imagine you going, all right, I've seen the first two. This is where the film's resting, and Chris Pratt starts shitting on Anna Faris. You're like, all right, no.
Well, it's just one. Like, I think, you know, my confidence in the film's wavering. But if they could just do another one right after this one that's the quality of the Hugh Jackman one, then maybe I'd be like, okay. It is like watching an episode of SNL where some skits land and some skits don't.
Yeah.
What's the one afterwards?
This is always the one that, like, I forget's in it. I've watched this film like 3 times, which is weird. But this one's the
You've
one.
seen this film 3 times?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Oscar, that's not healthy.
It's not healthy at all. I don't really like it. Most of these skits don't
Why
really
have you
land.
seen it 3 times? What are the situations? Play them out for me.
First time in high school, got it on a DVD, like a hard drive.
You got it on a Blu-ray?
I did.
Here's the thing.
You can't do this bit. When he makes it up, if that puzzle doesn't land, then we're not airing it.
It does land. If you want a Blu-ray of movie 43, reach out to us.
Email at askwwwtpodcast@gmail.com.
We'll package it up for you.
We'll package it up for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Gift wrapping and all, and you know what? We'll send it to
Whoa,
you.
gift wrapping.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'll splurge. Surely this is in a dollar bin. Do you reckon it's even on Blu-ray? Probably not.
This is on 4K. This is the first film they released.
This one got a 3D
when
re-release.
when Chris Pratt spreads his cheeks open, the digital artist spent weeks trying to get that
God,
right.
I hadn't seen so many textures before in my life. So that's a man that's Christian.
Anyway, it feels very like, it's like an art house comedy film, which doesn't sound funny, and it's not. It's Emma Stone and Kieran Culkin at a shop, and they're very awkwardly not dating.
I don't remember this at all.
It's very forgettable, and it always freaks me out a bit. Do you want to see it real quick?
No.
Good. Moving on.
No, what's the plot of it? They just like are trying to hook. Oh, I think there's a bit with a lollipop. Do they put a lollipop in each other's mouths or something?
I think so, yeah.
It's weird considering how successful Kieran Culkin's gotten now.
Yeah.
With
And Emma
Succession.
Stone.
Yeah. And Oscar winner Emma Stone.
Yeah.
But I think she was on the rise when, like, she would be the star of this one. Like, what's Kieran Culkin coming off of Scott Pilgrim?
Maybe, 2013.
Yeah,
not even.
like, he's nowhere near on the level that he is now.
No.
Like,
I think it was sort of like we got Emma Stone, a great actress, and a freaking deadbeat. But now he's in Succession, baby.
you know, Macaulay Culkin, we got his brother. Do you reckon Macaulay knocked it over to Kieran? He was like, Kieran, you do this one.
Yippee!
You know how you gave me Richie Rich? Here, you do movie 43.
He had Richie Rich in his hands, and he handed it to kid. What a
McDonald's
fool.
in his home? No way.
Smoking a pipe? Ridiculous. All right, show me Home Alone 4.
What's the next one?
This one is immediately dated poorly. It's called The Eye Babe. Richard Gere pictures an iPod that's just a naked woman. You plug it into her, and you get to listen to songs. The problem is, people keep fucking the iPad, the Eye Babe, and the fan exhaust is in her vagina, so people's penises keep getting cut off. Moving on to the next one.
That's such a yikes. That's such a... How did somebody go, we'll film that? If they said it like that, and I'm funding it, I'd pack up my money, I'd close the briefcase, and I would say, good day. Good day. And they'd be like, well, we got Richard Gere, and I'd be like, I'll take out a little bit of money.
Just a little bit of money. The woman's like in a box.
It's the worst concept I've ever heard. I can't believe, man.
It goes on for
this
long.
film's very dated in its comedy.
Well, it's like it's so long because the whole boardroom is just like, man, the gag is they want to fuck it, even though they know it's gonna cut their dicks off. You know, the more I say it, God, it lands with Richard Gere behind the wheel.
I couldn't be more stone-faced. I'm freezing as you explain what the plot is. My sphincter is searing up, and I'm going, not funny.
At the moment, all these ones kind of feel like, although cheap, technically a movie. This is the bit where it kind of just goes into like a internet YouTube video.
Yeah.
But with somehow the most actors.
Okay.
It's like superhero speed dating.
Oh, I do mildly remember this one.
Jason Sudeikis is Batman.
Yeah.
The nerdy guy. And all
Did they
this
have the rights to do Batman? Or is it like a faux Batman?
It's a dreadful costume. They could almost claim it's not copyright because the costume's that bad. But Uma Thurman's in it, not as Poison Ivy, as Lois Lane.
Oh.
Veronica Mars is in it, as Wonder Woman.
They got Veronica Mars.
That's right.
But she died. Oh, wait, no. Veronica Mars was solving the mystery. I don't really remember Veronica Mars.
Okay, well, we can talk about Veronica Mars. Let's catch you up to speed. This one...
What's the plot of the speed dating?
Essentially, it's speed dating, but they're all superheroes. And there's a scene where Jason Sudeikis goes under the table and stares at Wonder Woman's vagina and chats to Robin, who's trying to hook up with her, and keeps talking about her hairy minge. It's then revealed it's the Riddler in a mask, and Robin fucked her.
Man, that's actually so unfunny. Wow. I'd love to read a review of somebody that loved this.
I was reading some of them. People were just, I mean, most of them were just, go on, it's a bit of fun. Oh, this is kind of fun. I've just realized who it is. You remember how Justin Long, who plays Robin, was in those Apple commercials about
Oh
the
yeah,
PC?
yeah.
The Riddler is the guy who played the shitty the PC, I assume, or the Mac. Which one was the good one?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that joke lands in 2022.
Jesus, that's the most convoluted thing. I definitely would not have even got it then. Imagine going to that effort. It's just going right over my head as I watch it pirated on my school laptop.
I like that you've got a joke's flown past your head for movie 43. It's like I can't get my head around it. I just can't figure it out.
Go back to Hugh Jackman with balls on his chin.
That's clever.
It was obvious and it landed.
This one's fun for the women. Middle.
Nothing. I know exactly what you're about to say is definitely not going to be funny if that's what you're opening with. Go on.
Middle school date. Chloe Grace Moretz gets her period.
Oh, that's right. It's got like McLovin.
Yeah, McLovin's in it.
Yeah.
And Patrick Warburton are just freaking out that she's bleeding.
Patrick Warburton. They got him.
They did get him.
I do love Patrick
His
Warburton.
voice is radiating.
It's
through the
Joe.
House. They got Joe in
They
this.
got Joe. I can't believe we're not done yet.
No, I'll be honest, this is going on for a while. And
Yep.
I'll be honest, it is a very good indication because they do just keep going downhill.
They do. I do think so far. What's the worst? I still think the Anna Faris one.
I think actually I rewatched Superhero Speed Dating. I think it's so cheap. Like it looks like, and not to diss, but like a 2008 college humor video. And that's fine for 2008, but this is like a film and like the costumes. I'll show you the pictures.
Oh yeah, that's.
It's not Batman. Technically, it's 43 Man.
Yeah, it
That's
looks
how they
so
got the
cheap.
rights.
Yeah. Oof. What's next?
Johnny Knoxville punches a leprechaun.
Oh, but isn't Gerard Butler the leprechaun?
He is.
Okay, so this kind of lands.
Go on, defend yourself.
So I'm not going to defend myself. I just think it's fun that they've put Gerard Butler's face on a leprechaun. And isn't he just cranky?
He's very cranky, but Johnny Knoxville and his friend realize that he grants some wishes, and they pretty much just like extort this leprechaun. Maybe it is a good one. So
But
far,
no, I don't remember it at all. I just remember that Gerard Butler's having a ball. As well as he should.
I feel like if you go into this with having a bit of fun,
Yeah.
you come out the other side pretty well. That's why I think the superhero dating one is still the worst.
Interesting.
Where are you sitting? Are you still thinking Chris Pratt getting
Still thinking Chris. I remember being revolted and finding it cringy and just so unfunny. But I'm pretty sure there's another one that's worse.
Oh, there's so much worse.
It can't be so much worse. Surely the movie's nearly done.
No. Truth or Dare, this should have ruined a career, but Stephen Merchant has really proven that he's above it all. Stephen Merchant...
Fighting with My Family. He directed that.
He did.
He
Stephen
discovered
Merchant,
Florence Pugh, if you will.
he did. God,
And that guy, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
that's right. They
Yeah.
found him.
Oh, Dwayne.
Lurking the streets. Went, you 7-foot man, get in here. You're gonna be a wrestler.
They had to surgically remove a fanny pack from him. They were like, surely you're not a man with money.
God, it's grown on you from so much years in the outdoors.
Where's the fanny pack got an afro?
That's a buddy cop film, if I've ever seen it.
Oh my god, I would watch, instead of Central Intelligence with Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, it's just Kevin Hart voicing the fanny pack.
With a fun afro.
With a great afro.
I mean this right now, the exact same plot of that film, but he's just the puppeted.
Oh, and you know what you call it? Fanny and Me.
Oh,
That's a fucking hit.
that's a hit.
That's a fucking hit. Get my agent on the phone.
Get my.
That was to you. Get him.
That's crazy because that's actually the third skit in this.
I'm not surprised. It's an awful plot. Backtrack. Don't let him know.
This one is dreadful, but I'm very happy that Halle Berry and Stephen Merchant got to have a couple scenes together. They go on a date. They're not matched for each other, beauty-wise. Do you remember this one?
No.
You don't remember this one?
Is it she has big boobs? Or
Yeah.
There's something. There's a big gag
Pretty much
about
they
boobs.
keep going further and further in Truth or Dare, doing like fucked up shit.
Oh, that's right.
It
yeah.
ends up with Steve Merchant with buck teeth and a cock drawn on his face, Halle Berry big lips and breasts. And she says, when he like finally the date's over, he's like, "Can I come in?" She's like, "I'm not really into Asian men." Do you want to see a picture of him?
No.
I'm going to show you.
Oh, please don't. Is it going to be that cringy?
It is.
Oh.
This was the Green Book directors who thought they could tackle race.
Oofed.
Imagine.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's the most racist thing I've ever seen. Jesus.
And that director was like, I'm going to tackle race in America.
Wow. Comedy's changed so much since 2013. How'd they get away with that? That's awful.
It should have ruined their career.
Wow, he's so lucky. That's just disgusting. Oof. It's one of the most horrifying things I've ever seen. I cannot believe somebody did. I can't believe that was in a major motion picture.
And Stephen Merchant came out the other side like, I'm going to be a director now.
He's going to be. He must have been like, fuck, I wish I was in the one with the balls on my face. Hugh Jackman got offered that one first, and he was like, no.
I don't know. I like the Asian face, but could I have testicles on my face?
That made me really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not remember that at all.
Yeah, a lot of these you blank from your brain, don't you?
Yeah.
This one does. This feels like an SNL skit. It's like a motivational pep talk. They're a big black team.
We're still going?
We're still going.
Fuck me. Oh my god. I remember the pep talk one was one they used in the trailer with of him being like, "You're black. How come you guys don't understand that you're
it's like
black?"
a halftime talk.
Yeah.
It's actually quite funny.
I think the conceit's funny. I don't know if
It
it sustains the length of the
it
comment.
goes on for like 6 minutes. It's a painful
Yeah.
one. The short trailer joke, perfect.
Yeah.
It goes on for a while though.
Yeah.
We get to I think everyone's favorite, Beetzel, the cat.
This is the one that I think's the worst.
Carl, fill us in.
This is like, there is a cartoon cat.
It's James Gunn, by the way.
Yeah, this is the James Gunn one. Yikes. Yeah, there is a cartoon cat that is like being looked after by Josh Duhamel, I think.
Yep.
And Elizabeth Banks is
His
jealous
new
of the
squeeze.
cat.
Yes, new squeeze.
Yeah, and the cat's got like a butthole,
Yeah.
and it's
He's
like
pleasuring himself
yeah.
to Josh Duhamel. He's in
Yeah.
love with Josh Duhamel.
And then I think like they end up razzling each other up. It's just not funny. It's one of the most not funny things I think I've ever seen.
The cat like rapes.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
fucks himself with like a plunger. That one goes for a long time.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I like a handful of James Gunn's things, but there's just like, that is just all of his worst
traits. I mean, granted, he's disowned it. He's like, I didn't even get to edit it, which makes, like, if you don't get to edit it and you're not doing the cat, I guess you want to take it in a different direction.
Yeah. Like, have you seen Super?
I have seen Super.
One of the big things in that I don't like is the Elliot Page like forcing sex on Rainn Wilson. Do you remember that as a plot point?
Vaguely,
and it's just a thing where you're like, oh, it would have been nice if you didn't do this. It's just like, I don't know. I don't think as a comedy it lands. I don't think the situation lands, and the movie kind of grinds to a halt to do it for some reason.
People love that movie.
I think it's okay. I think it's almost.
I think because it's pre all the superhero movies. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it's got a handful of interesting ideas, and I think it does have a touching ending.
I remember it being really violent at the end. I think
super violent film.
Yeah.
Super.
Oh my god, I just got that.
Is that all of them?
That's all of them.
Oh,
There were
thank
two
God.
that were cut, and fuck, you'd be thankful.
A 2-hour cut.
No, 2 were cut.
Oh, 2 were cut. I was like a 2. Jesus, they halved all of
Yeah,
them.
imagine that. Like, we cut the cream of the crop.
What 2 were cut? What was cut?
Bob Odenkirk is a PI, sorry.
Sounds like a fun setup.
Yeah, I mean, it was cut from the film, though. So, maybe it was a career-defining move.
They tried to get George Clooney?
Yeah. And it's pretty funny, actually. They were like, listen, the Farley brothers were like, listen, here's the pitch. You're a guy, you're George Clooney, and you can't get with women. You just have no game at the bar. And George Clooney's like, fuck off, I'll kill you. Don't you fucking ever dare.
It's actually kind of a funny setup.
It's a great setup.
That's a good setup.
I think it's a really good setup.
But again, that's such an SNL type.
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
It's weird. None of these differentiate themselves in terms of being in a comedy, in a film, in something you would pay money to see in the cinema.
Exactly. I feel like 2013. I feel like these would be prime for YouTube.
Yeah.
I think they're on YouTube. I think it's kind of like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's a bit of fun. An SNL one. It just, I think when the second you put it into a movie, people are like, all right, I expect more than like just YouTube clips.
Yeah, fuck it.
Is it worth the 4.3? Is it worth like such? Because people call it like the worst film ever made. I think we discussed it on like who would watch this. Comedies are some of the hardest ones to chat about.
Yeah,
If
I don't think it's the worst film ever made.
Mm.
I don't know if it's one of the worst films ever made, but it's definitely an awful film that should not. Especially now, having seen that picture of Stephen Merchant and his, where you're like, this should be a movie that's not acknowledged.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oscar, who would watch this?
I mean, realistically, it's.
You watched it 3 times.
Yeah.
Fucking hound.
I'll explain that. So, first time high school, I was pretty much like not obsessed and like this is good, just like baffled.
You were like it all hits.
Yeah. Here's the thing: when Squanchy gets sodomized himself, oh goddamn,
Squanchy.
Yeah, I was like fascinated. I was like, that. I thought someone had given me like a virus, and this was like the film that is shut out
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I think I watched it again just to kind of make sure that was real and not a fever dream. And then looking it up now, I was like looking at a bunch of the clips and stuff. Yeah, it's a film. It's a film. Like here's the thing, even if there was a 12 really funny sketches, do you like these sort of style of films?
No, I don't. I don't like films that are just vignettes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even the Coen brothers did that Ballad of Buster Scruggs. And I like some of them, but it's like, I'm never going to watch that again because I'm not a fan of movies that are just disconnected vignettes.
That's one of the strongest ones. I watched Paris Jetem, definitely pronounced that wrong. You ever heard of that one?
Oh yeah.
It's one with like 22 like pretty decent directors. And again, like some of them hit, some of them don't hit. So like you're kind of like, well, why'd you bundle these into a film? I don't really get the whole point. I guess I like the idea of like everyone has to do a short film. I just don't think you should wrap it into a movie.
Well, I think what's good is now that you have stuff like Netflix and all those other streams. It's like how David Lynch did that short What Did Jack Do with the monkey, and that could just go on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, like now there doesn't have to be a financer that has to stitch them together and package it like it's a good film or something like that. As for like who would watch this, I assume it's for people that are a fan of this bad comedy who do not want to focus on a plot and just want to be able to skip through to their favorite bits in this.
Yeah.
Which is essentially just YouTube.
That's what the thing is. His thing. If it was made in like 2004, I'd get it.
Yeah.
I'd get it. But this was like after YouTube and like it's so easily like just make these sketches. I mean, granted, the film made like $32 million.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I would have a better time watching 80 minutes of Lonely Island videos.
Yeah.
Like on YouTube. 100%. I would. And I wouldn't have spent money going to the cinema.
Also, here's the thing: like, if something hits, like, you can kind of build upon it on YouTube. You're like, if you're doing it as like a whole, like SNL, it's like, all right, that worked, that bit. Let's do that again. Whereas this, it's like, we're hoping these land.
Yeah. Yep.
You seem defeated by this.
The more stories you said made me sadder. The more I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, that's in this. Yeah. And then you kept going, and I was like, surely it's over.
Yeah.
God, I can't imagine rewatching the film. Just talking about it's fucking ruined.
I was pretty surprised at Wikipedia, like how many I'd forgotten about, because they are a lot of them are forgettable.
Yeah.
And I guess they're either forgettable or pretty burning into your memory bad.
Yeah.
Or that Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet thing.
Oh, they came out running.
Yeah. And then tripped in shit that Chris Pratt just pooed on.
Steep decline.
Yeah.
And then a steady flatline. Oscar, what are we reviewing next week?
Carl, next week, I think we need a bit of whimsy in our lives.
Oh, don't we?
Don't we just?
Yeah.
Why, it's Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
Stop it.
That's right, a bit of whimsy in our lives.
Oh, I've never seen it before. I'm very excited.
Oh.
I hear it's better than Paddington.
Yep. Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love Paddington.
Oh, well, you're going to watch Paddington?
Yeah.
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. Paddington 2. And guess what? Paddington 2 is shit compared to Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I love Paddington 2. Oh, you've built it up for a high.
Oh, good.
God, I hope I don't fall. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with it emotionally. this is a bad film. Who knows what I might do to myself?
Yep. See you next week.